Hi, my name is Jazzy, and I am going to be talking to you about what to expect the first month of having your nipples pierced. I had gotten both my nipples pierced about a month ago, so I can remember and recall everything that I've gone through. I know that when I looked through YouTube for advice and just pretty much a review on getting your nipples pierced, most people just got their nipples pierced, or they've had their nipples pierced for a while and they just couldn't remember, the pains and all that stuff. So I definitely wanted to let you all see exactly what happens to the first month. Because once you get to the first month, it's kind of like a piece of cake. At least so I hope. Alright, so I want to first talk about doing research. When getting your nipples pierced, I think it's something that you definitely need to research. I wanted to get my nipples pierced when I was 18 actually, and there's a couple times I was going to, but I just chickened out. I was very scared. If you're somebody like me, I worry about a lot. First thing I was worried about was getting a nipple infection, like my nipples getting infected or whatever, and then my nipple falling off. Now, of course, I know my nipple is not going to fall off, but I was very scared that I was going to get an infection, and then I had to go to the doctors, and they had to remove my nipple or something. I don't know. I was very scared about that. Whatever you do not do what I did. I, of course, looked up infected nipples, like nipple rings, whatever. Scared the crap out of me. I was like, nope, not going to do it. It's definitely, I guess, it's how you take care of your nipples, nipple rings, your nipple piercings. If you take care of your nipple piercing, you should be fine. I'm fine at the moment. A month later, seems good. So if that's what you're scared of, definitely don't be scared of. Just take care of your piercings, and you'll be fine. Another thing I was very scared about was I kept hearing it takes a year for it to heal. I did not understand what that meant by it takes a year for it to heal. I thought that your nipples were going to be really sore for the first year. Like you wouldn't be able to do that at all and you'd be in pain or something. That's not the case either. So if you're worried about that, trust me, it doesn't hurt for very long. Another thing I would say that I was very scared of was the pain, of course. A lot of people said it hurts really bad, all this stuff. I know sometimes I even would YouTube and people would try to go get two and they would only get one piercing just because it hurt that bad. I got both mine pierced same time. Doesn't hurt that bad, okay? Trust me. I'll explain that later in the video. It doesn't hurt that bad. So like I said, just do your research and definitely prepare yourself. If there's something you really want to do, just prepare yourself. It's like I said, it's not that bad of a thing. It's just easier to know what you're getting into. Another thing, don't just go to anybody to get your nipples pierced. I'm sure anybody who has had an infected piercing, not just nipple rings, but just anywhere. I've been to places where the piercer just pierced one of my piercings wrong. I know one of the other piercing was with my tongue, and he pierced it wrong. So I knew this time to definitely make sure to do my research on piercers. I found one who was extremely professional. The place was clean. He was great. I loved him. I would recommend him to anybody. Like I said, very clean. Definitely make sure wherever you go is clean. Do not go to some guy in a trailer who has your the piercing equipment in a jar somewhere and he's just fishing it out. Don't do that. Mine, actually, he showed me where he gets his equipment from, exactly where my piercings came from. Explained to me that they're very clean, very sanitized. He actually pulled it out of this a little package, individually packed and all that. Had the little coloring thing that said that it was 100% clean. Explained to me. Of course, at the time, I was like, he could just be saying this, Of course, anybody could just say, these are very clean, trust me. Of course, I had to trust since I was already there, but of course, it turned out that the piercing equipment that he used was obviously very clean. Like I said, my nipples are very piercing. The nipple piercings are fine. So, his stuff that he used was legit this time. Just make sure you research the place. Definitely research the place, because you don't want your nipple falling off. That's all I'm saying. So let me go through the day I got my nipples pierced. I was very nervous. I was sweating bullets. I paid, I did my little signy thing, and we went back there. Now, I'm a person who I don't just sell my boobies to anybody, okay? I definitely was very scared, but to me, as a female, I was just like, it's better to just do it and seem confident about it, because if you don't look confident about it, maybe you're like checking yourself out. So, we go into this little room, and it was me and him, of course, and, he's explaining stuff to me, because you can go ahead and take off your bra. I'm freaking out. So I was like, okay. So he's not looking. Like I say, he was very professional. He was not looking. I took it off, and I'm just like, whoa. And of course, I have, okay breasts. So it's not like I'm freaked out with that, but I'm just, embarrassed because I am naked in front of a stranger. But like I say, it's very professional. You're going to be pretty much topless the whole time, so you might as well get used to that. Definitely if you're someone younger, you're 18, just get used to that. I know some places allow a friend to be back there. The place I went, the back was very small. His little cubby anyway was very small, so I wasn't able to bring anybody back there. But like I said, just be comfortable, because when you're comfortable, you're relaxed, and it helps. He did sanitize, which was awkward for me, but I was like, I'm just going to act chill. He sanitized it, and then he did the marks. Okay, he asked me, do they look straight? Whatever you guys do, speak up if you think that it's a little off, okay? Just because he's professional does not mean that he's going to be 100% precise, okay? Speak up. It's easy fix, okay? Mine are fine, but I have noticed that some people's are a little crooked. Just little. Those dots, trust me, they will exactly line up those dots and go through them, and you'll be stuck with them. Speak your mind about those dots if you think they're off. Okay, so, anyway, he dotted me. He told me, alright, go ahead and lay down. We did my right one first, and he did this little clumpy thing, those clamps. Those things I felt a little painful. They hurt, I think, the most, just because those things are really, really tight. They're like really, really tight, and they're squeezing on your nipple. So if you ever got like a little twisty nipple thingy, whatever it's called, the thingy, trust me, that's what it kind of feels like. Well, anyway, so he just tells me, breathe, whatever you do not look at the needle. I'm not scared of needles, but I'm not going to set myself up about looking at the needle. I did not look at the needle. I was just letting him do what he had to do. He said 1. He did. I think he just said, but I don't even think he counted. So I just looked up. I was breathing, and he did it. Now, remember to breathe. Just keep breathing. I breathed. I just kept breathing, and was fine. You definitely feel it. To say that it hurt that bad, for real, it's one of those experiences when you feel it, you're like, it hurts, but it doesn't hurt as bad as what you thought. Like, literally, I would rather get my nipples pierced than cramp, because cramps hurt like a mother. And I don't think my piercings hurt that bad. I really don't. Happens very fast. You look down, it's completely done. But the only worst part is you have to get up. Well, I did anyway. You might not have to, because it depends on the chair. But my chair was against the wall, so I had to get up and then turn around and then lay back down. So, that kind of gave me like a time to think about the pain that was going on and then the next pain I was going to have to go on. But once he did the second one, he was like, how'd it feel? I was like, really, that's it? Like, the pain went by so fast. It was crazy. I was like, wow. Like, if I had a third nipple, I would get it pierced. Just because the pain is not that bad. I'm telling you, it's not that bad at all. There is a sensation that you get for about an hour afterwards. It's like a warm, kind of burning feeling that you get, and it stays there for an hour. What helped me, I would say, which he did mention, is to keep on your bra. I know some people said they didn't put back on their bra after getting their nipples pierced. Put on your bra. I'm telling you, the pressure of having your bra against you feels so good. It helps it out a lot. actually, I suggest that you just keep a bra on the whole time that your nipples are showing. It feels amazing, but that hour, you're like this. You don't want nobody to rub up against you. Nothing. It's a different hour, but when it starts to go away, it's very like, and then just stops. Like you don't even notice it stopped. You're just like, what? And I think after that hour, you actually forget that your nipple is pierced. Like you don't even feel it anymore. Hoop, piercing, jewelry. I'm not a professional, but I've heard, barbell is better. I've heard that people actually like their nipple rings reject in their nipple or whatever that means. My piercer actually mentioned a story where he did a girl with hoops, and she wore sports bra a lot, and it rejected, like it pulled through. It was pressed up against or whatever, and you can see her nipple ring through her nipple, like it was coming through that much. Just do the barbell. I haven't had any problems. I personally couldn't even think of why you would want to get the hoop right away anyway. I think it would just be in you way too much. I've yet to get mine caught on anything. Just, get the barbell. I think they look better anyway. Guys, I know you guys probably think it would be easier for you guys to get your nipples pierced, but girls who wear bras, so we obviously have a protection. Most of our bras are padded anyway, so there's nothing going to get snagged on our bra. Our nipple rings don't poke through our bra. Guys, I would advise you guys to wear an extra small shirt or something. Pressure on it. I'm telling you, pressure on it feels so good. Not too tight, but enough to where it's pressure on it. It feels so good. Cleaning routine. When I was looking up, nipple piercing and all that stuff, some people said, you have to watch out with what soaps you use, sea salt. Some people used like antibiotic cream, all that stuff. For starters, I use my regular old soap. I use body wash, of course, and my skin is very sensitive anyway, so I use the Ivory. It's just normal soap, lightly scented, smells good. Doesn't have any color dyes in it though. My nipples are perfectly fine, like I said. Nipple rings are perfectly fine, like I said. The soap doesn't irritate them, dry them out, or anything like that. Just make sure your soap, if your soap dries your skin out, you might want to not use that soap during, the healing process of the nipples, because you don't want your nipple rings to get too dry. What else? Oh, I use the little squishy thingies. I don't know what they're called. The things you use to wash yourself off. I use those normally, but I have not used it since getting pierced. You don't want to use anything to wash yourself, probably other than your hands, because it will get caught on your nipple rings, and that would probably hurt. Something else. Watch out for the first week, watch out in the shower, because obviously you're definitely your first time being exposed, your nipple rings being exposed, just out, able to get caught on anything. Your arms, watch out for your arms. First couple days I washed like this. I was washing like this with my arms out. And like I said, you get used to having your nipples pierced after a while. So one time I wasn't paying attention, and my arm went right over it. First week, worst week. I'm telling you, be careful. I felt it the instant it hit. It stung for the whole day. It stung the whole day. It was very sore. It was very mad at me. Just be very careful to, at least for the first week. Like I said, the first week is very, it's a little sore, but just be careful when it comes to, bumping into it. Definitely if you don't have a bra on, or you don't have a certain shirt on. Other than that, your shower should be good. Oh yeah, never mind. First like couple days, you definitely don't want direct water on it. What I did was I cupped my hands like this and put it over like that, and I would let the water run on my chest and then down, but not like directly on it. And I let water run through it, just not directly on it. It wasn't, like, I didn't really have too much of a problem. Inside the shower would be like the best time for you to like rotate it and all that stuff. Now the supplies you probably need for the actual cleaning of your nipple rings, I have them right here. You need Q-tips, clean Q-tips. Everyone keeps saying sea salt. I didn't use sea salt. I use regular, salt that you have in the kitchen. Like I said, my nipple rings are perfectly fine. I don't see the point of not using regular salt. Paper towels. Okay, this was actually a big paper towel. I cut it up into little squares. The reason why is because you're going to need a lot of paper towels. I did use paper towels to dry myself off, but I mostly use it to get like the crust off, to get any like anything that oozes out, get that off. I folded it up. That way it's easier to get in like underneath the ball. Q-tips aren't easy to clean. I don't care what anybody say. Don't use the Q-tips really to clean. Use a paper towel that you fold it and get in there. I'm telling you, it works. I actually have shot glass, like, the ones used for Jello shots that you have at a party and they're able to throw away. They're plastic. They work. I put some salt in it, some warm water, and you just kind of like that. And you do that. If you don't have one to throw away, just use any, shot glasses. I did at all times use 2. The reason why I used 2 is because I felt that, let's say this one was affected. Even if I rinsed it out or whatever, I was scared that if I went from this one to this one, then that one would get affected or whatever. I don't know, it was weird like that. Just use 2. It makes you clean out. What I did was, my hot water in my faucet gets really hot. I know a lot of people said, boil it, microwave it, whatever. I use my faucet water because it gets really hot anyway. And it's your nipple, okay? You don't want boiling hot water on your nipple. I just use faucet water, like I said. It dissolves the salt just fine. Like I said, what I did, definitely in the mornings, you're going to have dry blood for the first, like, 3 to 4 days, you're going to have dry blood. And I used Q-tip. I put warm water on a Q-tip, and I just dripped it on my nipple rings where the blood was, and I did not touch it. I just dripped it. And then I did the other one. Did it again. And then I did it again on a second one. But by then, the dry blood is already kind of soaked up the water, and it is not as dry. Then you just slightly, like, rub the blood. You don't, like, scrub it or anything. Like, you just lightly. Okay, this is before you get in the shower, of course. So most of us will come off in the shower also. I just do that to soften up the blood so that, it helps it out, whatever. I don't know how to exactly explain it. Just use a Q-tip to, get the blood off, soften up the blood. That's all I use Q-tips for, really. And I barely use them anymore. I did some salt. I just kind of eyeballed it. Enough salt that you think is going to work and clean whatever you need to clean. I put some water in it. What I did was, if it was too hot, you could tell before you even get to it because the steam would kind of hurt already. Sometimes I put like a little bit of cold water in if I had to, but anyway, you just kind of put it on there like that, and you do this, and you do that, and you do that. And sometimes, like I said, if it's hot, as long as you can take it, as long as it's not like killing you, definitely the hotter the better, obviously, and just kind of let it sit there for a couple minutes. And then you just kind of put on whatever. And what I like to do is I like to twist it then too, and move it around, whatever. And then you take clean warm water, and then you rinse it out, move it in. And then I used cold water to soothe it. Now I know you guys probably think that's a lot. Definitely, it took me at least 10 minutes a day, twice a day, to do that. But just for the first 2 weeks I did that. And like I said, mine are healing perfect, like they really are. It's just for at least, as long as you think you're doing a good cleaning, that's all that really matters, as long as they look good. But I just did this because I was very worried about getting infected. Like I said, I did that twice a day. The cold water, just, I just did that I just used hot water twice on my nipple. So I wanted to, cool it off a little bit, and it helped. And then you paper towel dry it. You know, you just dry whatever, and then use the edges to get the water that's underneath the balls and all that stuff. I don't know why, I just wanted to make sure my nipple rings were completely dry, and I think that's what you're supposed to do anyway. Okay. So, like I said before, mentioned a little bit, the first week after getting your nipples pierced, your nipples are sore. I slept on my back for the first week, but like I said, it eases, and it gets easier and easier. They're not as sore. Sometimes it's just, you know, after you clean them, you know, and then other days you're just like, you're fine. Really, just if you touch them, like after you're done cleaning them and touching them, or if you bump them, that's really the only time it's sore. It's not like sore all the time, 24/7. After the first week, they feel great. I actually started sleeping on my stomach after the first week. I think once you're able to start sleeping on your stomach, that's when the pus starts coming, and it just kind of dries. Me, I don't, I guess, pust as much, so it's just like when I wake up, there's crust. And like I said, I just do the Q-tip thing, get the dry crust off as soon as I get in the shower. Then I do everything. Oh, they also say, whatever you do not move your bar things until all the crust or whatever is gone and out of the way, because you don't want the crust inside. I don't have any crust inside my nipple ring holes, because, like I said, I do the moisten thing with the Q-tip. But yeah, it's been about 3 weeks I've been sleeping on my stomach, and other than like waking up with crust there, I'm perfectly fine. I have no problems with them. I wear a bra all the time though, but yeah, I think that the whole year of healing was kind of like, I take it out of context. It's not gonna be as bad as what I thought. It really is. It's not like it's gonna ruin my life for a year or anything like that. I have to be very careful. They're definitely fun. Fun as in like, it's easy to have. You know, you see yourself in that day, you're like, yeah, I got my nipples pierced. Yeah. Oh, I don't know why I didn't mention this earlier. If you have inverted nipples, you can get your nipples pierced. Not only that, but they actually help your nipples. Supposedly, if you get your nipples pierced and you got inverted nipples, they pop right out. So, if you have inverted nipples, you might want to think about getting your nipples pierced if you want popped out nipples. What else did I tell you about? I'm trying to think so hard, but it's so hard. Oh, okay, so the day after I got my nose pierced, actually, I went out on a speedboat. If you ever been on a speedboat, you do a lot of this. Okay, I was very scared that it was going to hurt. Like I said, getting nipples, they don't hurt that bad. I wore a good tight bra, and I was able to do this. I'm not saying go ahead and start sleeping on your belly after the first day, or, you know, chest bump somebody after the first day. Just be very careful, you know. I'm sure you can still do everyday things. Just make sure that you baby, like I said, I babied myself. Make sure you baby yourself a little bit. Don't go out there playing soccer, you know, take one to the chest or anything like that. But you can still do stuff. Actually, 2 days after I got mine done, I went out with my boyfriend, and I wore a dress without a bra. Obviously the dress, I couldn't wear a bra with it, but anyway. And it was a dress that was very tight, but you could not see my nipple rings. Now, I don't mind, I guess, in the future if somebody sees my nipple rings, but there are certain dresses and stuff that you could wear and your nipple rings won't show through or anything like that if you're worried about that. Not wearing a bra wasn't that big of a deal. Like I said, it was like 2 days after. They were still a little sore. I did bump into them a couple times, but it wasn't like, killing pain or anything like that. So yeah, I have blabbed on a good bit, and I hope that you all took something from it. If you're thinking about getting your nipples pierced and you're scared, do it. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. If you plan on getting just one pierced because you're thinking that it's going to hurt, get both of them pierced, okay? You won't regret it. Get it, bam, bam, bam. Get it done. start cleaning it, and be happy. Da 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 da. Alright.